You know what we haven't heard in a while? Welcome back to another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? An adventure in penny stocks. Um, if you want to know what the hell I'm doing at this exact moment, I'm eating an ice cream cone with mint chocolate chip in it. Ice cream. In a cone. One of those cool cones. What kind of cone is this? I don't know. Anyway, today, today in the news, I got 3 of my day trades back. And I looked at my top percent gainers because I haven't looked at the market since. Um, and I made plans. Okay, I'm going to tell you what my plans were. Um, CEI was a top percent gainer. I remember it spiking from a few days ago, and I was like, you know what this daily chart looks like? This daily chart looks like penny stock framework. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to fucking bounce. This is shit. So I was like, okay. And then I made a plan. Oh, what did I say for CEI? The news was acquisition. Acquisition. I wrote bad chart. I wrote 186. I'm not sure why. And I wrote the bottom is 207. So like the bottom of that thing. 186. Not sure why I wrote that, but anyway. So I didn't touch CEI, even though CEI is a recent spiker with a low float that was a top percent gainer with news. I did not touch it. Why? Because I looked at the daily chart first and I made a plan. Vissel was also a top percent gainer this morning. When did I sit down? I sat down at 8 p.m. So what did I do for Vissel? For Vissel, and the most important thing is that I wrote it down because I have a habit of forgetting like instantly with this shit, and then I get nervous, and then I'm like, fuck. I wrote bad chart. I wrote risk level 135. I don't know why I wrote that. Like here, because I saw that all these levels were sitting right on top of it. Like it was like right in here somewhere. And I was like, if this bounces for whatever reason, I would be looking at a 135 risk level. And I also noticed this total bottom at like 104, 109, like right here. Yeah, like 104. And it spikes for one day and fails and goes away. And it's been a big spiker recently, failed spikes that have gone to all-time lows. Let's see what happened. And it's also a low float. And guess what? They have orders, so I took it as a contract play, but I wrote bad chart, and yeah, look, it had like one spike of like 10, 20 cents and fade all day. So you can see that I try to save myself from a potential disaster. Now, if you want the cliff notes, I had a disaster, but it wasn't huge. It was just stupid. Um, but whatever, we'll get into that slowly. So then I was looking at RLGY, and the thing that really caught my eye, class action deadline. Ooh, that's bad. So this just came out at 1 p.m. This is the New York Stock Exchange, so I guess this would have been good to read. Like I didn't trade this, but like this is where the filings come into play because look at this. It's like deadline alert. The law firm announces the filing of a class action lawsuit against this and that. But you know what I did see this morning? It was, hey, this stock is up with Amazon. Collaboration with Amazon. That's all I saw. And then I looked, it was a top percent gainer. I looked at the daily chart. It has a huge float though, which is what kept me kind of like, downward trending chart. Where's the bottom over here recently? Like 660. So I said my risk level would be 660 if it was spiking. And then I noticed that there was this other line here, like where, like, that's not really a line. So let's just say 520 was the ultimate bottom. Oh, this is maybe where it was. And this looks like a gap fill to me. So it was kind of like here and then bounced back. So I was like, this is a downward trending chart with a gap fill. Gap fills never, I noticed they never spike beyond the gap fill. This was really nice pre-market for whoever saw the Amazon news starting at like 7. It just grinded up like really quick. And it just had a, it's just been downward trending the whole day. Like, let's say if this is like the bottom 560, cool, like whatever 30-cent move, I guess. But um, so that was that. So I wrote RGLY 597 support, 521 is the bottom, Amazon News, gap fill, big float. And did I make any other decisions? I wrote DFFN. Um, this was just a top percent gainer. Looks like it has a phase 3 study. Let's look at the daily chart. Spikes for a day and then just like fades off. So I wasn't interested. Doesn't have a lot of volume. Low float, but not a lot of volume. So what did it do today? Ice cream. Just faded all day. So I went with Chema. Why did I go with Chema? I used all 3 of my day trades, and I definitely revenge traded today. Even though I knew that I shouldn't. This is the crazy part about it. So my initial idea, why did I like this stock? Let's look at the daily chart. For Chema, I wrote 830 is a top, breakout level of Chema, biotech, 731 is my risk level. No. So when I was looking at this, let's go back even further. I saw that this was an upward trending chart. Maybe I missed something in the 3-year. I'm not sure. No. So upward trending chart has resistance in the 830s, right? And I was like, you see this top and like this bottom. I was like, cool. It's just around like here. So I would say like right here. 731 could be a risk level. Like this candle over here, it sort of like balances out there. So that was my potential idea. So let's see how it played out. And so it's a biotech, and it had this phase 3 study. So if phase 3 is better than 1, 2, and 3, and I was like, cool. And so I was looking for an entry, and I used pre-market, like first I always make a line where the stock comes out. So I made that line, and then I saw that this next line, it was lower, but it didn't dip below. You see where this candle is at the bottom? It was kind of like here. And then it had this like higher low, but this huge candle was just a tiny one. And I was thinking about it, and all of a sudden, within a matter of just seconds, 30 seconds, it spiked like $2. Or this is $1 actually. And I was like, fuck, this is the entry, and you know what I was thinking? And that moment I was thinking, well, if this is going to squeeze, even though it's a a big float, if it's going to squeeze, look at it, it's already breaking past pre-market highs. And this is, and it broke past the all-time level of like 830s. Remember I just showed you the resistance? And so I was waiting for a pullback. So I got in here. I was using 830 as my risk, 829, 830. The first time I got in at 856, right around here, when the candle was pulling back. And then it was spiking a little bit, maybe, and then or maybe it came back to, I can't remember exactly, but then when it broke this pre-market high level, I got out at 829. Like literally it broke 830 and I got out. And that was a 24-cent loss. And then I was waiting for a better entry, and I actually left the room during this time. This would have been a nice like move upwards off of this level. See this? And then it had this nice rip from the 8s to the 9s. So this was beautiful, but I missed it. And I drew this like triangle thing. I guess this is a bull flag, I don't know, or some type of flag. But I didn't like that it dipped below the pre-market high. That's not a good sign for me. So then I was like, cool, this level seems to be above this level, so let me enter here. So we're going to zoom in on that. Hold on. So there's this bottom, and I was like, cool, because also I got in on a red candle, which is not good. So I waited for a green candle. And at first I was like, I shouldn't do this. I made a rule for myself last time that I'm not going to get back in. And then I did it anyway. And I was like, fuck it. And so I got in over here at 808, like right over here. And I was risking off of 797. And then I saw it go up to 830, didn't do anything, and it totally reminded me of the last time I had that little spike on that other stock in the other video, and I didn't take profits because I was like, oh, it's going to keep grinding up. And then it pulled back right away off of this 820, no, 830 level, which is the pre-market high. And so it's pretty much bumping its head on the pre-market level. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. But it never broke my risk level. Okay, so then I felt stupid. So I got out at 809 because I was like, I was already like scared. I was like, I don't want to lose any more money. So this was I made a penny, but because of commissions, I lost $10. And then I saw this green candle, which was higher than this one. And I was like, cool, I can get another chance to get in on my idea. And then literally like a minute later and then it was like a green candle here which turned into a red candle, I think, and it was just like fuck, so the minute it broke 795 or 797, I was out. So I got in here at 812 and I got out at 794.95, so 27-cent loss. But I only played 75 shares each time. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I think it was about around $70. So like two weeks ago, my account was at 900. Now it's at 707. So I'm feeling really shitty about that. But I felt like I did a good job in planning the trade. The only problem that I did was once this fucked up, I was like, fuck, I need to get that money back. So that was really that was an interesting like psychological experience of like, but what the fuck am I doing? I know that it's supposed to be grinding above pre-market highs. This shit, what the fuck? This makes sense. Okay, I'm waiting for a pullback to pre-market highs so it can rip. But what the fuck is this? Sorry for all those people who don't like cursing, like Steve, but you know what? I need a curse right now, so plug your ears. And what else can I say? Yeah. So whatever the fuck this is doesn't work, and I need to stop getting in under pre-market highs, and I need to stop trading once I have a wrong idea. But you know what the real problem is, the real bottom line is that I was so frustrated by having yet another loss and grinding my account lower and lower that I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm using all these fucking day trades. I don't want to look at this market until next week. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm sick of losing. Every fucking day I'm studying and I don't get shit. I watched all the fucking Tim Gertani videos. Yes, I was looking at my phone sometimes, but I was listening. My voice is going away. And I still don't fucking get it. And yesterday I watched the ducks video and then I had like ducks on the brain. You know when you watch a ducks video and you feel like a superhero and you're like, I can trade. And then I was like, I can't fucking trade at all. So back to feeling shitty. How are you doing? So that's why I'm enjoying my ice cream and saying just fuck it for the next week. I'm still going to continue to study, but this is just like, today I felt exactly like Steven does, like Steven Johnson, like what the fuck am I doing with myself? Like this is a waste of time, Liz. Like just stop doing this. And then the other part of me is like, but I've invested 3 years into studying this shit. Like when is this shit gonna start to click? And then it's like, oh, Tim Gertani took 9 months. So I'm in month 3. I haven't blown up yet. I'm trading small, but I don't fucking know what's happening. I really fucking don't. And then I'm like, why am I wasting all this time studying if I'm still a fucking idiot? Because I could just, in that time that I'm studying, I could be doing something fun like watching a show or looking at stupid news. But instead, I'm wasting my night studying, and then it's like I'm not getting anywhere. That frustrated feeling? So that's where I'm at. And I was just like, chill, you'll get it next time. And then people are so nice. They're like, hang in there, And I'm just like, all right, I'm not too upset, but I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, sorry, bye.